How are you today? Today's a day 2 of just doing it, just filming myself. And yesterday I made my first video talking about how fucking tired I am being so caught up with the perfectionist thing. So I decided to filming myself daily. I hope I could do that. And just let my thoughts run around. So if you arrive here, I don't know what I'm talking today, but I'm just gonna get it out of my head and get myself fucking doing something. I feel that I become, just in one day, I feel I become much more comfortable with just show up as it is. So I'm live with you on my bed and haven't yet showers or anything. Didn't put anything on my face, unlike yesterday. At least I tried to do some makeup, but however I put a filter on in order to make myself look presentable, and there's a guilt and shame in that when I put a filter on, that I'm not accepting myself, I don't like myself as I am, and blah blah blah. Or if I don't put filter on, then maybe I will put some makeup on. It's the same story, you know. And then my thought arranged itself that it's a work. I mean, not a work. It's like I'm creating something. I want to create something, like in the movie productions and blah blah blah. There's a lot of things of preparation, you know, for the actor and actress to go on the camera, and that was part of the job, part of the process of create something that people would deliver something to other people. And in the old day, you know, there is not so much of technology, something you have to do every single thing in every single detail, from, you know, makeup, put the nice clothes on, set the lights, and blah blah blah. And this day is a new day now, and this technology is available for use and to help us to save time, to be able to focus more on the message we deliver, instead of become a tool to torture ourselves of self worth or guilty, so blah blah blah. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I would not want to go, you know, shower. No, sorry, you don't smell anyway. I'm smell good anyway. I don't want to, you know, go do a big thing before I can actually speak to you. So I just want to use all the technology available and start speaking right there. So it's very liberate. Anyway, let me have tea. At least I have a tea. It's my husband prepare. Don't be jealous. Every morning, he will wake me up on bed. He woke up a lot earlier before me, and I woke up later. He will wake me up, and then give me a massage, and then serve me a tea. And this is not a joke, and it's real. I have never really shared with anyone. And at the beginning, when things like this happening to me, I thought it was like, is this real? Does someone do this every single morning? So, yeah. Alright. Today I like to talk a little bit about something very dear and important to me. And for a long time, I didn't know that my passions is lie in expressions myself, and like I have no connection to this. I was growing up like a normal girl who very much obey and just try to do everything correct and not provoke. Nice girl, basically a very boring girl. So a nice girl who tried to do everything the way society told me, my parents told me, and I have a lot of fear inside of me that I didn't know, I'm not aware for the big part of my life, I was like dedicated myself for study. So I have master degree in engineering, and I am really proud to say that I'm a top class student. I finished my bachelor's at the third rank in my class, and I got scholarship to study master degree. And I also, well, in master degree I cannot say what rank I was, because every one of us are good, so everyone's finished at the first class, because it's a program that they selected only top students, so none of them are at the back, everyone come here to like study. So yeah, so I got into the corporate job. Everything is so easy, the job just come to me, I don't even need to apply for it. They came to my university because this is where they can find a top student. I write the application, give them back the same day they arrive, and then the process went on, and I got a job. And I worked there for 10 years. And it was the first years of my life, I feel like, wow, this is a dream come true. This is just everyone's dream. It's not just like a job, it's come with money. And in my professions, like engineering, my company is one of the highest paid in my country, Thailand. So I live a lifestyle. I got a home, I have a car, I travel overseas, I have saving, I have everything together. The only thing I didn't have is like a passion in working. Like after first year, everything is gone. Like all my dedication of study really hard, did master, bachelor, blah blah blah, or many years. So just to realize that I was not enjoy being engineer at all. And when you invested so much already, you feel like I feel I couldn't turn back. Where do I gonna start? What I'm gonna do? And especially it may sound like a blessing, but actually it's a curse, because I was a high paid employee. That was like a jail for me, because I stuck in the lifestyle that I already earned. So I don't know what could I do to be able to enjoy the works and passion that I have, and at the same time maintain my lifestyle. So I was like, I have no another solution. If I were to make small money, the change would be much easier. Like I could just, okay, let's try a new job, let's apply another job. Like I saw many of my friends who like make a lot, much less, like a friend who graduated from the same university, my classmate, who made like 5 times less than me, let's say. They just, okay, I don't like the job anymore, let apply a new job, start new, and then explore their life, And I was like, how could I do, If I want the same salary, at least I have to go to pretty much the same area of expertise. Or if it's a new area of expertise, like who's gonna pay me the same thing? So I was stuck with my own mind, and I couldn't move on, really. And the thing is, sometimes something that sounds like a curse is actually a blessing in my case, because I got into okay, let's give you more perspective. First, I didn't really jump out of my work. Someone was invited me into do a project together. It was a network marketing, if you know, MLM, Amway, and this kinds of thing. It's not Amway, by the way. So I wasn't convinced of this project. Actually, I feel like it's kind of like sketchy, and people doesn't like this kind of job, and they don't like people who do this job. But I think I was at the point where I want to change, and I don't see anywhere else that I can start doing without give up all that I already got. So I went in there, and there was like a slowly transition, and that place actually didn't really is not where I got my money from, but that is where I got my entrepreneur's mindset from. The willing to work for something without you see for sure that you're gonna get something out of it. Because in like a salary world, you know that you come to work every day. On Monday you're gonna get salary, like Monday to Friday. You do this for one month, they give you salary. This is what it is. So you know that there is a promising in there, so that is safe. It feels safe. But then in entrepreneurs world, you work on the idea and thing that you believe in without knowing that you will get something at the end. So that is a very scary idea for me. And this MLM business is where I learned this from, because I gotta start to work with whatever product that is, and then build a team and blah blah blah, without knowing yet that I would really become success and get what I thought I should get. So yeah, I spent quite a long time with this company, and to the point that my mindset become strong enough that I quit my job, the corporate job that majority of my income. So I quit. It's not because I make more money than my salary, not really. It's because I have less fear, and I believe more in investing my time and energy in something that I want to grow, and one day will give me time to harvest. Like you grow the tree, you're not going to be harvest on the first day you harvest when they already maybe 1 year past, or even longer for some trees. And that is what I got from this school. And yeah, and still, I didn't connect to my truly passions, but I got some mindset that later another this course come in, which is now I understand is a blessing, because I was some kind of person who really disconnect. At the time I was so disconnect to my purpose, disconnect to myself, so I couldn't know what I want to do, blah blah blah. I have met some people who they know this very early on in life. They don't need to go dig and find and have so many experience in life to know what they like and what they want to do. And for me, I was not like that. I was just completely listening to only other people saying what the society is saying, what I should do. So I have no clue about who I was. So at the time I have heartbroken, serious one, because I was already 37. So when it's at that time, it made me feel like I have no chance anymore. That's so silly. It's another fear. Let's leave it for another story. Another fear. So I was like in the place where I went like, back home, that deep enough that it made me least like about things that is unimportant and not significant and not make me happy and not what true for me. Like all the job that I do, including the business in the MLM, is also wasn't the real passion, that I left everything behind. And yeah, for the first time in my life, I can hear myself clearly. I couldn't say clearly. I hear the glimpse of what actually my purpose was. Not clear is how to do it. Was clear is what I'm gonna do it. And it's not come like I know myself now. It came in a way that God speak to me. And in my logical mind is have a big fight that idea was not logical. Of course, it's because it's not from the mind. And I fight back big time that no, it's not gonna work, especially like, so basically the idea was to become a writer, and I gotta write. Like it's happened to me when I went to, so basically when I have heartbroken, I went to Koh Phangan. Hello Koh Phangan people, if you're listening. So that was happening to me in year 2018. So I went to Koh Phangan, and the trip, I happened to broke my phone just before traveling. Like, I somewhat put my phone in washing machine, and I was like, never. I was always careful about the phone, there was a lot of thing in there. And put my phone in washing machine is so crazy, but it happened. And then I was like, oh my god, I was thinking, okay, I could still go to the shop, get the phones, and SIM card should be still work, and then I can go with the trip with this phone. But then there was a voice in me said that, okay, just go and just go and just let it, just trust me, like for the first time I feel I hear the guidance. So I did what the guidance told me. And then despite that, I tried to grab something to document what happened with me. So I tried to grab a camera, like an old style camera that at the time no one used anymore camera. So I find an old camera, like two. One is small, compact, another one is big. It's from my dad. So I bought both of them with Mimi. The small one, it didn't work, even though I changed battery. And the big one, it did open, but I somewhat didn't know how to use it. Eventually, both of them, I didn't use it. But the last thing I grabbed was a small little book and pen. And then I started journals, which is something I have never done. I am not the kind of person who sit and write daily. I could do it maybe a few days just at the beginning of the new year as a new resolution, and then I just quit after 3 days. So I wrote down things. Day 1, day 2, day 3, and on day 4, I was sitting at the restaurant named Pure Weekend at the time. At the time they were when they were before they moved to a new place, so it's a weekend restaurant. And I write down my journals, and then I'm like, while I'm writing there was like as if I went in trance. I cannot really describe, and then where the thought just came in, like, you are the writer. And I was like, I'm a writer. I was like, no, impossible. You're gonna write? I said, I'm not gonna write. I don't know what to write. And the most fearful thought is like, how could I make a living out of writing? I'm a spoiled girl. So I need a lot of comfort in my life. I want a extreme experience in my life. I will not live humble. Honestly, humble and live with minimals is not who I'm gonna be. But anyway, there was a lot of miracle happening in that trip that I cannot deny. That the voice that I heard, it was really sake. So it stuck in me for a long time. And yeah, I started to embrace on this, and with a lot of fear and a lot of insecurity, because I wanted to write in English. I have shared already in the last video why I write in English, and that was not my language. When you listen to me now, you know that I spoke a broken English, not perfect accents, and a lot of grammar mistake, and that is how it went into the writing as well. But in writing it's different. You have time to reflect, whatever. It's a long story. So I now, like, over time, so that it was 2018, and now it's like 2024. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24. It's like 6 years later. I just have this vision clearer in my head, and the confidence is starting to build up. And I would say I'm at the point now where I'm ready to really put my work out there. Oh my God, I feel emotional saying that I'm ready. Yes, I know from every inch of my soul that, wow, this is really my passion. not just to be able to express, and just also inspire people who feel like they cannot speak. Like I always feel like I'm not heard, I'm not seen, and this is like, it's very subtle. I didn't really know it, It's more like I just feel that when I speak, no one hear me, and no one seen me. And the urge, in order to express is to be seen and to be heard, to be loved. It was really strong in me, and I could relate, where it's coming from. Like part of it is that I'm Asian, and in Asian culture, there's a lot of suppressions allowed speaking. We're not allowed to do many things. Like when we were young, I don't remember much, but I suppose that I was not allowed to cry, because negative emotion for Asians is actually, for everyone, is not really something like yay, let's have negative emotion. No, people all wanted to have peace and joy and fun and love, and that is what people welcome, right? And the negative emotion is something that's pushback. And in Asia, it's like crazy that the parent will really try to do everything in their power to shut up the child who cry. Can be like penalty, can be like distracting. Okay, look at the bird, blah blah blah, and that was happened. And also in many other ways, like we're not allowed to speak back to people who are older. It's not just parents. Like people are older, we are not supposed to speak back, argue, debate, or like raise the voice. No, raise the voice, you're bad. Raise the voice mean bad. Angry mean bad. Sad mean bad. Crying mean bad. Like this, what Thailand, we call ourselves the land of smile. And like it may sound like wow, every Thai people is really happy and peaceful and blah blah blah. That is true in some way, because we were taught in that way. But a lot of that is coming from that they're afraid to embrace another kind of emotion that they have and express it. And the smiling face sometimes is just freezing mechanism. They don't know what to respond to the situation. Like we smile for all cause. We smile because we feel embarrassed. We smile because we're happy. We smile because we want to hide what inside of us. All kinds of things. And yeah, so I think that my passion is lying there. But first, I be able to express. Then maybe some people would feel inspired and express themselves too. And yeah, it's a very big topic for me. I still learn a lot of things. Like I appear very like nice and kind woman, and now when I can really get into angry, I feel really good about myself. That is so silly. Like with my husband another day, like he like to speak about things, and before I was be the person like I will have to be good listener, good person, good partner. So whatever he wanna speak, I will have to pay attention and listening to him. And I have no boundary. I didn't know if I feel comfortable, uncomfortable. It's all my thought. It went into how other people feeling. And now recently, I could really like feel that, okay, maybe topic interest or not interest, or maybe I'm not interested and I actually not even in the mood to listen. I can like, hey, listen, I'm not ready to listen to you. I don't want to listen to you. Or like, hey, I have listening to this for so many times. I don't want to listen anymore. And more at once, I could be like, hey, stop talking to me. It's like, oh, yes, I have accomplished something, seriously. Yeah, and for some people, or even for myself in the past, if I got to see someone act this way, I was just think, oh, they are not nice, they are not blah blah blah, they blah, 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 you know. And now I realize like it's not that they are blah blah blah, or I am now blah 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 blah, blah. It's just because now that I know myself more, respect myself more, and care about myself more than before. And before I just care so much about how everyone, society gonna speak about me. But anyway, I'm still in a long journey, and journey just started to me, and this is just a second day. Oh, and I'm so proud that I can speak a lot today. Yesterday I was like stucking, you know. First I was very stucking where to sit, where the light is good, putting makeup on and all. Eventually I didn't even feel like speaking at the end. And today I feel that it's really flowing. Oh my god, this is so good. Anyway, today I think I have spent a lot enough, and then I'll do it again tomorrow. Thank you for listening. I love you. But how do I do? You know how can I save video? Maybe here. Whatever. I'm just gonna end video now.